Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I do want to give YouTube a good go now that I'm done with university. This will kind of be like an intro video because I realized I do have an Instagram and I talk a lot on there, but I've never really talked about myself and where I'm from and why I'm doing what I'm doing and all that stuff. If you do like this video and want to kind of follow my journey as I adult, please do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I know you hear in all these videos, but it seriously does make a difference because it lets me know what I'm making is time worth spending and that you want to follow along. But first, I kind of want to talk about what I want this channel to be. So as I've made my Instagram, I get a lot of kind of like advice requests from girls that really struggle with kind of like believing in themselves in various areas of life. So this may be like academics, in job applications, in their body confidence, in fitness, in nutrition. And I really just want you to want to expand your capabilities. You know, just because you're done with education, even if you're not done with education, there's so much to learn and you never stop being a student. I want you to truly believe that you're capable of achieving things, and that's kind of what you can expect from this channel. So currently, I do not have a job or anything like that, so I have quite a lot of time to make these videos. So if you have any more requests, drop them below. I thought I would divide the Q&A into 4 things. So one is like my background and where I'm from. So everyone assumes I'm American because I sound this way. I'm like, nah, I don't even know where I'm from. But anyway, we'll get into that. 2 is like my education, so like university, what I studied, what I want to kind of change into. I use my hands a lot. 3, my fitness journey. Everyone talked a lot about that. How I became a personal trainer, why I started my account. And 4 is my future dreams and aspirations. No one asked me about that, but I really want to talk about it. So here we are. Okay, so 1, my background and where I am from. So I'm 22 years old and I have a family of 5. I have a bit of a messy background because it's very all over the place. So my mom is Mexican American and my dad is Spanish. If you want to get political, he's from Catalonia. I won't get into that. So my dad, because he's in the oil industry, he basically every 3 to 5 years we would move around according to where the company sent us. I was born in Argentina, then we went to Venezuela for a bit. We left to the US because we were evacuated. We went back to Venezuela and we went to Syria before the war. Then we went to Holland. Then I went to Switzerland. We were living in France at the time as well though, because like right on the border of Switzerland, and that was in Geneva. Then I went back to the Netherlands, and that's where I graduated, and I did IB. I don't know if any of you have done IB. If you have, comment below. What'd you take? Oh my God, it was a nightmare, wasn't it? Honestly, like uni felt pretty easy compared to the IB. Actually, who am I kidding? Uni was really hard. Anyway, languages that I speak is English fluently, Spanish fluently. Even though in Spanish, I don't feel myself. Do you guys have that where like if you speak a second language, I am so shy in it. I try to make a joke and I have to think about it like 3 times. By the time I've thought of like an answer to this witty joke, like the conversation's long gone and I'm like, oh, can't say anything. You know, I just have to practice Spanish a lot more though. I'm here in Spain now. Doesn't help that I have 0 friends to practice Spanish with. If anyone wants to practice their Spanish with me, hit me up. And people often ask like, is moving around hard? Did you like it? I flippin' loved it. Like, yes, it was hard to leave your friends and stuff. Moving around is why I feel really confident. Like, I don't have any trouble approaching a group of people and being like, yo, what's up? Just because you had to do that when you moved around, or else you just spent your time like Katie Heron from Mean Girls, you know? And my favorite place to live, I'd say the Netherlands was really easy to grow up in. I absolutely loved it. I think it's really like travel and just wanting to be interested in countries outside those that directly affect you is a very like humbling and important thing to do as someone who's developing into maturity, into adulthood. So I encourage you all to get to know a little bit about the world. Then I went to university in Bath in the United Kingdom, or Bath. Also studied chemistry, just straight chemistry, and I added marketing and management in my last year. So I chose chemistry truthfully because I was an 18-year-old in high school that had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do with life, like many of us, and chemistry was my most favorite subject because of my high school teacher called Chris Dupuis. He literally got so many students to love chemistry, and I hear a lot of people that are like, oh, I hate chemistry, it was so hard. And that's when you realize that the teacher makes such a freaking difference. Like, it's incredible. So thanks, Mr. Dupuis, if you're watching. My brothers went to England, one went to York and one went to, where did he go? Exeter. And I was gonna say they liked it, but I liked it. I had a really good time. But either way, I think wherever you go, if you make the best of it, you're fine, know what I'm saying? As you know, if you have been kind of following me on Instagram, I don't want to do chemistry anymore in a professional sense at all, and I'm actually completely diverting career paths to tech, media communication, and fitness or health. So like a fitness startup would be ideal. And honestly, what this has taught me is that if you have no idea what you want to do, like I did when I was 18, go into something you enjoy and don't freak out about if you still don't really know what you want to do throughout it. I swear, somehow things fall into place. It's amazing. Literally until 6 months ago, I was that person that always was like, I'm that classic person that has no idea what they want to do with their life. And it falls into place, you know? If you have a little bit of a passion for something, a little bit of like an interest in something, just go for it. Like, try to develop it. Like with this account, which I'll get into in a bit, I realized I was into sports and I was like, oh, it's just a hobby, it's just a hobby. And then you start to like put a bit more time into it. You start to look into it a little bit more. And I'm like, wow, this could be a career. And then you want to just put your effort into that. So if you're studying something and you wish you had studied something else, of course you can change, but I always just want you to know that things fall into place. Just kind of believe in the process and put effort into everything that you're doing instead of just kind of letting life happen, you know? So I don't regret having done chemistry. I learned a lot about it. Like chemistry, the theory of it is so interesting. Like I know why this looks pink to us. I know how this charges. I know that this foundation is a colloid, for example, why it remains creamy rather than hardening. And I'm just very grateful and thankful that I trusted myself to say like this hobby of being into fitness and health can be more, and just trusting myself to say it's fine to change career paths and having the confidence to tell other people, yeah, I studied chemistry, but honestly, I don't want to do it anymore. If you feel that way, go for it. Okay, believe in yourself. Ooh, then I worked at Disney for a year because in the UK, you have this thing called placement year. So at that time, I realized that I wasn't gonna do chemistry in the future. So I still didn't know that I liked fitness and health and technology this much. So literally kind of just told myself, open as many doors as possible for myself and see where it takes me. So I applied to all of these data analysis roles in genuinely the most random ass companies. Like Burberry, I applied to ASOS, I applied to this consulting firm, to Disney, Pfizer, so like a pharmaceutical company. This is actually a story. Got to the last stage with Burberry, and I was like, this would be my dream job. I would absolutely love it, whatever. Ended up not getting it, classic, cried for like days. I remember I had a work shift and my face was so red and I asked some girl to cover for me. Now something that really comforts me when I get rejected from things, which will happen a lot, guys. It will happen a lot. And I remember thinking like it was the end of the world when I didn't get that Burberry job. And the Disney job actually ended up being like, I met some of my best friends there. It was full of interns. Living in London was so fun. I would walk to work. It was so wonderful. So that was such an eye-opening moment for me. And so whenever I get rejected from something now, I'm like, it's fine. Something bigger is waiting. Like, yes, I really wanted that job, but something bigger is waiting. You just keep working, keep applying, keep doing your thing. Next up, my fitness journey. I got a lot of questions about this. I never had a time where I was unathletic and wanted to make a huge life change. You know, it's a bit unsexy or not as like transformational to say that, but my family's really athletic and my parents always put us into sports. So I played competitive tennis and competitive volleyball. Good times. Wasn't that great at either, but I had a really, really good time doing them. High school was so fun. High school volleyball was the best. I honestly encourage anyone, even if you're not great at a sport, just join a sport. Like, what an incredible way to make friends. I didn't get into gymming or fitness until actually my second year of uni. So I started off with this, oh my God. So I started off my fitness, like weightlifting and that kind of stuff. My mom was always really into weightlifting. She had this video, guys. It was called The Firm, and it's an 80s video of like literally classic 80s video of people in leotards and like scrunchies and men with like booty shorts and just like robotic like look at what I'm talking about.
4 runs to jump. Now push it, run.
I could listen to the music now. It's a 1.5 hour workout and I know every single move because I did that video so many times when I was like 16 and I really liked it. I loved, so I could up the weights. I started off with 2 kilos and it was just like this dance workout, and then I ended up moving up, I think, to like 6 kilos. And then I got into Kayla Itzines. That introduced me to kind of plyometric jumping training. Then I went to university and I still kept doing my Kayla workouts in my dorm room. Then I met Finn, my boyfriend, and he would go to the gym all the time. And like so many of us, I really, really wanted to go to the gym, but it was so intimidating to go into it with a bunch of shredded, like, people that knew what they were doing. I had no idea. Like, I did know a little bit about weights, but definitely didn't believe in myself. I had no confidence to go in there and comfortably grab weights off the weight rack and all that kind of stuff. But then one day, I remember I signed up and I was like, I'm just gonna go. I remember like the day of that I was like, I'm gonna go in the afternoon. My heart was pumping the whole day. I just was so nervous. I just kind of said, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna go in. And so then I did go with my friend. We did stay in the corner like the whole time, but we went in, you know? And it took me about 2 months to keep going and just staying in the corner. Every time I had to go up to grab some weights, my heart would literally be like, and I'd be like, oh my God, everyone's looking at me. But if you're in that phase right now, or if you're in that mindset right now, just keep showing up. Literally, that's all it is. You have to just keep showing up and that you'll become more confident and it will fade. Because I didn't use, for example, the squat rack. I didn't use any machines, anything like that for a while because I wasn't confident enough. And little by little, you don't have to do it all at once, you know, but little by little, I just started asking like, oh, can you show me how to do this? I still remember the guy that showed me how to deadlift. His name's Harry. He's really nice. One day I was like, I really want to learn how to deadlift, and he showed me how. He was just there for like 20 minutes with me as I kind of learned. I also wanted to learn how to squat well in the squat rack. And then I just fell in love with the gym because I saw my confidence grow in there. I remember when I first stepped in, I hated the thought of having to go to the front and grab weights. And then like a few months later, I remember feeling, I can't wait to go grab those weights so I can be like, I'm a girl that's lifting. It made me feel really good about myself, and I saw that confidence transcend into so many areas of life, like into speaking to people or into, you know, requesting things from people, because I had to ask for so much help throughout my journey, like being like, can you check my form? Am I doing this right? Because I had to ask for help. Now, I felt okay to ask other people for help, to put my pride aside and accept that I'm a beginner. I was getting compliments on like that I was looking strong, that I was looking lean and fit, and that was really motivating as well. And what has made this like a lifestyle thing is that if I ever like fall off the bandwagon, I don't beat myself up about it because I know it's a lifelong thing. I know it's a long-term thing. And if I can't go for a week, it's fine. Next week I can go. You know, I'm in no rush. And I think knowing that it's a hobby that's there for life, to make me feel good, to make me feel confident in how I look, is what keeps me going and what makes me not put any pressure on myself. That's another video I could do if you want to comment that below. It's pretty funny. So I was on placement in Disney, and I got friends into the gym. One of my friends called Liz, she was like, oh yeah, there's a lot of fitness Instagram accounts. And I used to follow some, but not many. And she was like, why don't you make one? And I thought, oh yeah, sure, I'll make one. And I just kind of started posting like random things, and not so often, like once a week, something like that. I felt like because I'm quite a perfectionist, I didn't just want my fitness account to be a fitness account, like just workouts and stuff, because I believe so much in like the mindset of not being an asshole to yourself, of believing in yourself, of pushing yourself out your comfort zone, I thought this is a great platform to start talking about that to others. Truthfully, at the beginning, it was really hard. I kept like comparing myself to other accounts and how they were growing and how I wasn't growing. But then I just think, like, I've made an IGTV on this. I'm like, every single person that is interacting with me and reading what I'm writing, and you know, if you're watching this still, like, I love you. Every single person, that's what matters. You know, it's not the random numbers, it's more the singular people like you that I can talk to and that I can help. That's what I'm focusing on now rather than the numbers. Future dreams and aspirations is one thing that I really wanted to end on, because maybe you guys can kind of like join me along the journey. I really think, especially now in this kind of social media age where there's constant like comparison, it's very easy to, you know, restrict yourself to self-limiting beliefs and to believe that someone else is always doing better than you. And I want to like throw all that BS mindset away. And I want all of us girls that are young, we're just starting life, girls and guys, yeah, we're just starting life, we're just transitioning into adulthood, to believe in ourselves and to like honestly have the confidence to go for things. So whether this be, yeah, fitness, whether this be a job, whether it be wanting to learn new things, wanting to expand your mind, there's just so much out there that you can learn and grow from. And I want to learn from it too. So I want to take you along with me. So what I would love to do is build a community that gives resources to young women so that they can believe in themselves, so that they can fill and start their days with positivity, so that you can have a mindset that makes you want to grow, that makes you want to expand your capabilities, and throughout it all kind of believe in yourself. I know this all sounds really fluffy, and I used to roll my eyes at so much of this like self-development talk of like inspirational, motivational talkers. I'd be like, oh my God, just like, but my God, what a difference it makes when you kind of rid your newsfeed of like a random like pretty photos and then fill it with things that genuinely make you think, make you reflect, make you value what you're doing. So what I'd love to do is like create an app that has so many different factors to it. So one would be like fitness, one would be recipes, that would be one factor to it, but another would be like the mindset behind it all. So like the mindset behind binge eating, the mindset behind if you fall off track, what do you do now? Don't beat yourself up about it. The mindset behind if you feel like you have no motivation. Maybe like a kind of podcast thing where in the beginning of the day, you start your day with like kind of 10-minute positive podcast to be like, you can do it today. Also, what I want to do with these videos is remind you that we're all on the same boat, guys. Like, we're all trying to find our feet. We're all trying to make something of ourselves. So honestly, I want you to know that you're not alone, that I'm here for you if you're still listening to this. I'm really excited to take you along with me as I kind of find my feet. Know what I'm saying? I love to call it like we are capable, so that it's like this constant reminder, constant daily reminder that you're so capable, you know, of doing anything you want to do. You just have to believe in yourself and freaking do it, you know? So that's why I'm doing this. I'm gonna do this channel because I'm just gonna go for it. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you know a little bit more about me and that you stick around. So I'll see you in the next video. And thank you so much for watching.